We're back at the 7P, and it is another beautiful, brisk Michigan morning. Nothing that a warm cup of coffee can't fix, though. We've just gotten some good news. Wood-Mizer has gotten our mill in line to be built, and I'm more than a little excited. It's been nearly a year in the making, and we're one step closer. We've gotten some stuff happening today. We've gotten the arborists coming out, and they're going to take down some more of these big white pines for us. I've lined up a drone to try to get some cool footage, so we'll see how that turns out. But then after they get them cut down comes the cleanup process, and that's where the work really comes in. So today's more about fun, and then we're left with the aftermath. But we'll get it cleaned up, get them taken care of, because after this batch we've got another round, and then we should be pretty good for getting our hill cleaned off. And then we'll be able to get the excavator and the bulldozer out here to get this spot cleaned up and leveled out for the barn. So again, just like the sawmill, one step closer, little victories. So I'll get this coffee in me and we'll get busy and get to work.
Is it on?
Yep, we're on. Good to go.
Do it.
Rope's free!
Nice.
I left more than I wanted to over here, but
I went the direction you needed, didn't it?
ready?
Do it.
See the knot that was in the middle of my hinge wood?
So the first time I didn't record, note to self, push the record button. We're recording now. Boom. All right, back down at the 7P. I'm Lee.
I'm Nikki.
And we are the Preston family. In this video, I kind of want to go over a little bit more of our backstory. In the first video, I alluded to some of it, but as it turns out, I didn't really tell the story. So our story starts with my grandpa. My grandpa got this property from his mother back in the day. Way back in the day.
40s. I think it was the 1940s.
When Grandpa got the property. He got the property after coming home from World War II. He served in Japan during the war. And when he got home, his mother gave him this parcel. When he got the parcel, it was a field.
A wide open field.
Completely a field. I've seen the pictures. There was not a tree on it.
Yep. So fast forward through the years, and as he got older, he wasn't able to keep some of the brush and stuff cleared out. And so when we got the property, there was autumn olives all over the place, pine trees. The pine trees were cutting down. You've seen some of that footage. Some of these are big old suckers. What's the biggest so far, Lee?
36 inches.
Yep.
And we didn't measure the height of it. I wish we would have, but we didn't. We just cut a 34-incher a couple of days ago, and that guy was literally 91 feet tall. Yeah. These are some big white pines. They're doozies.
Nice mature pines. As we were daydreaming, there's been a lot of daydreaming. I've come up with so many great ideas, some not so great. But we started looking at these logs and thinking, you know, we don't want to just get rid of them. Let's turn them into something. So we ordered our sawmill over a year ago, or almost a year ago at this point, and still waiting on that to come, but it's in the assembly line apparently. And we are going to, as Lee has mentioned, mill up these logs. We're going to turn them into a barn. And whoever knows, or who knows what else.
It sounds really easy. It's a lot of work, but it's a ton of fun. And so we keep plugging away at it. We've got a ton of good videos on all the hard work that we're doing.
So one of the things I wish we had done is I wish we would have gotten a lot more video footage with the beginning. So we've been working on the property for
almost a year
and a half.
Yeah,
I think a year and a half. When we came out here, there was a couple of small clearings, and that was about it. And now in our videos, you'll see we've got a lot of open space, and there were so many autumn olives and small trees that we cut down, not just the big trees, but it was really overgrown.
It was covered, completely covered.
I wish I had better video of that, because it's really hard, even today, sitting and thinking of where we've come from.
We've come a long way. And so hopefully by the end of the summer, there will be a barn standing. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah. One of the other real cool things that we did, and this goes back to part of our story, when Lee's grandpa first got the property, he built a shack. and this shack was not much more than a chicken coop.
He lived in
Today's
that shack.
standards.
He grew up in the Depression, so for him, a dirt floor house was home.
Yeah.
And he roughed it until he met my grandma and started a family, and then they built the house, and he moved out of his shack and he moved the horses in. But in the meantime, we have taken said shack
Yep,
and
this
we
is-
have actually made it into an outhouse.
Yep.
No, not just yet.
Still needs a roof.
Yeah, but you said you would do 3 things and then we can go home.
I did, and now I'm picking up. I just gotta pick up my mask and then we're good to go.
But it's an outhouse.
So, I mean, bam, there it is. Grandpa's
That
shack
was-
still lives.
That was a really cool project that we did, being able to repurpose the material from that shack, the original shed that he lived in, turn it into an outhouse. Yeah, we're a little rustic down here. We got running water, but no septic tank yet, so at least us girls have some place besides behind the bush.